Wow.
I even mastered like before it come out.
Recording nearly 500 songs in a single year sounds like a myth, but for the teenager who traded a quiet life in Oregon for a global Tonka truck obsession, it was just the first step in a calculated digital takeover. While the rest of the industry was trying to understand his invented language, he was busy turning a high moment of linguistic accidental genius into a stage name that now commands billions of streams and headline slots at Coachella. From his peculiar Romanian and Mexican-American heritage to the eccentric world of his OVO-endorsed empire and his recent double album evolution, we are pulling back the curtain on the most enigmatic rise of the 2020s. This is the futuristic, high-speed blueprint of Yeat. Yeat was born on February 26, 2000 in Irvine, California, into a home already humming with noise and motion. His real name, Noah Olivier Smith, belonged to a child raised at the intersection of cultures, a Romanian mother, a father with Mexican and British roots, and a household where music moved through the air like dust in sunlight, unavoidable, always settling somewhere. Instruments weren't decorations, they were tools. Sound wasn't background, it was language. As the oldest of three brothers, Noah learned early how to lead without realizing it, how to experiment while others watched. He grew up alongside his two younger brothers, Luca and Ethan, in a family that rarely stayed still. From Fullerton, California, to the muted rain and gray skies of Oregon, each move reshaped him, like water wearing down stone. By the time he reached Lake Oswego High School, he already felt out of step with the rhythm around him, too restless, too tuned in to something no one else seemed to hear, so he turned inward and online. Late nights became laboratories. Under the name Lil Yeat, he uploaded songs the way some people write journal entries, unfiltered, impulsive, unfinished. Most of those early tracks disappeared with time, but they served their purpose. Every deleted upload sharpened his instinct, teaching him what hit, what didn't, and how far he could bend sound before it broke. Language twisted in his hands. Auto-tune became armor. His voice began to feel less like a voice and more like an instrument fighting its way out. After high school, he moved fast. First New York, then back to Southern California, chasing momentum like a flicker of light just ahead of him. By then, the blueprint was already locked in. A childhood steeped in music, a mind wired for distortion, and a hunger that wouldn't quiet down. Yeat's professional rise didn't roll out slowly. It hit like a pressure wave. After years in the underground, everything shifted in 2021 when Up To Me cracked the mainstream wide open. Songs like Money So Big and Get Busy spread across TikTok like sparks through dry grass, turning ad-libs into catchphrases and the now famous bell drop into a warning alarm. The album entered the Billboard 200, and overnight, Yeat went from internet anomaly to industry disruption. Momentum followed fast and hard. In 2022, Yeat released two Alivë, debuting at number 6 on the Billboard 200, followed by the EP Lyfë, which also landed in the top 10. Two major chart debuts in 1 year proved his success wasn't viral luck, it was velocity. By 2023, AftërLyfe pushed him further, debuting at number 4, his first top 5 album. That same year, Yeat stepped onto the global stage with Drake's IDGAF, a track that surged to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 1 on the Global 200, amplifying his reach like a shout through a stadium. Then came 2024, the peak of the climb. 2093 debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, but it was Lyfestyle that sealed the moment. The album debuted at number 1, giving Yeat his first Billboard topping project and making him one of the fastest artists to stack 5 top 10 debuts in under 3 years. Streaming numbers echoed worldwide, as Lyfestyle also opened at number 1 on Spotify's top album debut charts, both in the US and globally, proof that his sound had crossed borders without losing its edge. In 2025, Yeat kept the engine running with Dangerous Summer, which debuted at number 9 on the Billboard 200, marking his 6th top 10 project overall. Alongside the charts came the stages, Coachella, Summer Smash, ComplexCon, and sold-out tours, where his performances hit like aftershocks. Unpolished, relentless, impossible to ignore. Formal awards may trail behind the moment, but Yeat's resume speaks louder than trophies. His legacy is written in chart positions, global streaming dominance, and cultural imprint. For an artist whose music crashes and distorts like machinery under pressure, Yeat lives his personal life in near silence. Love, to him, isn't shouted. It moves quietly, like static beneath the bass, always present but rarely heard. The only relationship Yeat allowed into public view was with Simone Riley. They went public around 2021, right as his career began to accelerate at full speed. While his sound flooded timelines and stages grew larger, their relationship appeared in fragments, vacations, backstage moments, fleeting images, like snapshots from a fast-moving train, visible only for seconds at a time. Their time together unfolded in the eye of the storm. Fame moves like a current, and maintaining intimacy inside it is like trying to keep balance on shifting ground. For a while, they did. Simone remained a steady presence during Yeat's transformation from underground artist to global name, familiar to fans without ever becoming spectacle. But momentum changes everything. By late 2024, the relationship quietly dissolved. No statements, no dramatics, just unfollows, silence, and the slow realization that something had ended. The breakup marked the close of Yeat's only known long-term public relationship, gone not with a bang, but like a light clicking off in another room. Since then, Yeat has closed the door again. There have been no confirmed relationships, no public replacements, no explanations. He keeps romance off stage, guarded like unreleased tracks. In a culture built on exposure, Yeat chooses absence, privacy worn like armor, understated but deliberate. If love exists in his life now, it does so out of frame. And maybe that's the point. Yeat's wealth didn't arrive quietly. It accelerated, like sound pressure building until the air finally breaks. By 2025 to 2026, estimates place his net worth between $5 million and $15 million. Conservative calculations land closer to $7 to $8 million, while mid-decade projections, factoring touring power, catalog value, and brand equity, push the number toward $12 to $13 million. The range is wide, but the direction is clear. Everything is moving upward, fast. At the center of it all sits streaming scale. Yeat commands 18 million plus monthly Spotify listeners, with flagship tracks like Money So Big crossing hundreds of millions of streams. Across platforms, his catalog totals billions of plays, translating to an estimated $700,000 to $1.2 million annually in royalties alone. Layered on top is YouTube, where music videos and official channels quietly generate another $500,000 to $1 million per year, turning views into steady cash flow. But streaming is just the foundation. The real lift comes from touring and live performance. As a top-tier festival draw and headlining act, Yeat now earns 6 to low 7 figures per tour cycle, with elite festivals like Coachella paying major artists high 6 figures to multiple millions, depending on placement. Every show adds velocity, like fuel dumped onto a fire already burning. Merchandise sharpens the margins. Under his Lyfestyle brand, Yeat sells hoodies, balaclavas, vinyl, and box sets that regularly sell out. Individual drops are estimated to pull hundreds of thousands of dollars, stacking into low 7-figure annual merch revenue as demand keeps climbing. The biggest shift came in 2023, when Yeat founded Lyfestyle Corporation. By owning his label, distribution, branding, and masters, he flipped the traditional artist model. Revenue no longer trickles, it concentrates. Albums, visuals, merch, and partnerships now feed the same pipeline, compounding value like interest on capital. That control unlocked fashion. In 2025, Yeat partnered with Nike on a Yeat x Nike Lifestyle Corporation collection, debuting at ComplexCon. While exact terms were never public, comparable artist capsules typically generate 7-figure gross revenue, with royalties and long-term upside attached, another lane quietly opening. Behind the scenes, Yeat reinvests into studios, production, brand infrastructure, and early private investments. Less visible, but essential. The kind of moves that turn income into leverage. His money doesn't sit still. It circulates, feeds the system, comes back louder, like feedback in a speaker loop that keeps growing until the walls start to shake. As his sound grew louder, so did the spaces surrounding him. His real estate presence feels calculated, deliberate silence, like a locked door in a quiet hallway. What's known isn't ownership, it's imagery. The most famous Yeat mansion isn't even his. In 2021, Yeat filmed Get Busy inside the legendary Invisible House in Joshua Tree, a glass monument stretched across 90 acres of desert, valued at $18 million. With its mirrored walls and 100-foot pool slicing through the landscape, the house looked less like a residence and more like a mirage. As if the desert itself had learned to reflect. Yeat didn't own it, he rented it, but the image stuck, fused to his rise like a scar to skin. That was the point. Yeat uses architecture the way others use lyrics, as symbolism, glass instead of brick, space instead of excess, homes that feel untouched, temporary, almost unreal, like he might vanish the moment the camera cuts. As for where he actually lives, Yeat keeps it sealed. He's known to reside in Los Angeles, but no addresses, no listings, no kind of confirmation that tabloids can pin down. In a city where elite musician estates regularly span $3 million to $10 million, with hilltop mansions soaring past $15 million, Yeat moves comfortably within reach, but leaves no footprint behind. That absence is intentional. Where others post marble staircases, Yeat lets a single location speak once, on screen, then disappears. A mansion seen through glass, a pool cutting the horizon. No follow-up, no proof. Like his music, the homes connected to Yeat feel transient, slipping through your fingers the moment you try to hold them. When you're moving fast enough, even a mansion becomes background, just another set, passed through, never explained. And maybe that's the luxury he values most. The same energy that drives his music follows him on the road. Yeat doesn't flex cars the usual way. He builds them into the language, turns engines into symbols, weight into identity. When he says Tonka, it isn't slang. It's a signal. At the center of his real-life garage is the Lamborghini Urus, often called the Lamb Truck. The same Tonka fans hear rumbling through his music. Yeat has been seen multiple times inside the Urus, confirming it as part of his actual rotation. Depending on the build, the Urus carries a price tag between $225,000 and $260,000, climbing fast with customization. Heavy, fast, unmistakable, like a beat drop you feel before you hear. Moving right alongside it is another armored silhouette, the Mercedes-AMG G63. Boxy, brutal, unapologetic. The G63, often grouped into Yeat's Tonka mythology, lands in the $180,000 to $200,000 range. Less flash than the Lambo, more force. A tank dressed in black leather, rolling through the city like nothing's in its way. Then there's the Porsche, the car Yeat turned into a hook before most people could put a face to the voice. References point toward Porsche 911 variants, either a Carrera or the sharper GT3. A standard Carrera starts around $115,000, while a GT3 rockets up to $180,000 to $200,000. Ownership isn't publicly confirmed, but the access is real. The imagery deliberate, close enough to touch, distant enough to mythologize. What makes Yeat's garage stand out isn't size, it's control. No sprawling fleets, no circus, just a tight rotation of high-performance machines built for mass, speed, and presence. SUVs with tinted windows, cars that vanish into traffic like smoke after a burnout. Yeat doesn't spend to be loud, he spends with intention. His luxury choices feel less like flexes and more like personal symbols, worn close to the body, heavy with meaning. The kind of wealth that doesn't shout but lingers, like smoke after the bass drops. It starts with the jewelry. Yeat's custom iced-out chains, crafted by jewelers like Alex Moss, aren't accessories, they're milestones. Pieces like the Ring the Bell and Dangerous Summer chains are estimated between $40,000 and $100,000 each. Diamonds catching light like frozen signals in motion. They don't just shine, they swing with purpose. Then comes the watches, where Yeat moves at a different pace. He's been spotted in an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak chronograph, priced around $55,500, and the heavier Royal Oak Offshore at $86,900. On the extreme end, a rose gold skeleton, Royal Oak clocks in near $210,000, a quiet flex ticking slower than everything around it, like time bending to his tempo. His fashion follows the same logic, dark, sculptural, deliberate. Rick Owens' coats priced at $6,385, Bauhaus cargos at $3,344, tractor boots at $1,465, single outfits that cross $11,000 without ever looking flashy. Add chrome hearts belts, scarves or denim. And Yeat regularly steps out in fits ranging from $9,000 to $20,000, built like shadows rather than statements. The details finish it off. Chrome hearts sunglasses priced between $1,200 and $1,700. Leather belts pushing $2,400. Silk scarves nearing $2,750. Nothing accidental, everything placed with the care of an ad-lib, layered just right. What makes it all hit isn't the price, it's the restraint. Yeat doesn't dress to dominate rooms. He builds a uniform that moves with him, luxury that follows instead of leads. The money is there, but it stays in the background, like a low hum beneath the beat, always felt, never begging to be seen. But not everyone heard innovation. Some heard a problem. Every artist who bends the sound pays a tax. For Yeat, that tax came as backlash, loud and relentless. From the moment his music surged in 2021, critics didn't just question it, they recoiled. His vocals were branded unintelligible, his lyrics dismissed as chaos, his beats accused of rotting the genre from the inside out. To purists, Yeat didn't sound like evolution, he sounded like disruption, like a system glitching under too much pressure. The criticism snowballed, auto-tune became the villain. Slang turned into a joke. Comment sections filled with claims that Yeat was killing rap, mocked not as an artist, but as an infection spreading faster than it could be explained. The noise around him grew louder than the music itself. Yeat's references to pills, altered states, and detachment unsettled people. Without disclaimers or apologies, he was accused of glamorizing excess. Others argued he was simply recording the moment, holding up a mirror instead of preaching. The debate sharpened, and Yeat offered no clarification, letting silence do the talking. That silence followed him into another label, TikTok rapper. As his songs went viral, critics rushed to discredit him, claiming his success was algorithmic, accidental, disposable. He wasn't celebrated, he was reduced. But while the talk circles argued, Yeat kept charting, like a frequency that refused to fade, which only made things worse. Industry cosigns clashed with critical dismissal. Award recognition lagged behind numbers. Comparisons to other artists ignited endless debates over originality, as if there were only space for one voice in the future. Every achievement he earned seemed to provoke another argument. Through it all, Yeat never defended himself. No explanations, no apologies, no translations. He let the music stand, like noise hitting a wall. If you stayed, it swallowed you. If you didn't, it still echoed. When you look at Yeat's life up close, the luxury isn't loud, it's intentional. The cars, the watches, the clothes, the silence around him, none of it feels accidental. It all moves the same way his music does. Heavy, controlled, and unapologetic. He didn't chase excess to prove anything. The success came first, and the lifestyle followed like an echo. No over-explaining, no forced image, just motion, momentum, and space carved out on his own terms. And maybe that's the real flex. Yeat didn't borrow the luxury life. He outgrew into it.